Okay, I'm afraid this section goes by fast, but take a look-see at that postage. I hadn't seen that design before, and it's striking. It's a Northwest Native American style raven. There's some information about this stamp on the about.usps.com website. The link is in the description. So this package is from Sarah. I've been a fan of her art channel for a while now. Check it out, Sarah Bailey on YouTube. She does watercolors and other mediums too. Since I've sort of gone down the fountain pen rabbit hole, she kindly offered to send me a handmade notebook using Tomoe River paper. More on that in a moment. I wanted to show off the neat penmanship here. Is that not amazing? Apparently, she mixed several Pilot Iroshizuku inks to get this lovely green color. The paper is like a parchmenty vellum. I'm not sure, but the ink looks great on it, and I love the fun stickers. Tomoe River paper is made by the Japanese company Tomoe and is known for its fountain pen friendly qualities. During my research of the pen world, I'd heard about it but hadn't yet tried it out. So thank you, Sarah, for providing this handmade 68-page notebook. Of course, I was very excited, and I was impressed to see that she had, well, I was going to say machine stitched it together, but I'm just assuming it was a machine. I mean, those are consistently even stitches, but perhaps I'm underestimating Sarah and her precision. If that's the case, my apologies. The paper is dot gridded, but Sarah printed a graph on the other side, making this notebook extra useful. Later on in this video, you'll see how I test out the first page. But for now, let's take a look at the stash of ephemera. To start, here is a handful of stamped ink bottles. The design was carved by Sarah herself and stamped onto Tomoe River paper. I plan to swatch my favorite inks on those, or I might include them in correspondence. We'll see, because I have choices, man. Next are some adorable Asian snack stickers. They predictably made me hungry, but they also made me want to subscribe to that monthly Japanese snack box. What's it called? Baksu? Which is silly because we can drive to the next town and hit Daiso or H-Mart for some Asian goodies. But I had very few food-related stickers, and I specifically want to create an Asian-themed spread sometime in the future. Of course, I love vintage ephemera. By the way, I'd mentioned in a recent video that producer Mike and I went to the antique mall, and I still need to show a few small items we found there. But I think it'll be the next video where you'll get to see at least part of the secretary desk we purchased so that I'd have a dedicated work area for collaging. But we wanted to try it out, so we set up a tripod and took footage of my next letter writing session, and you'll get to see that in the next video. Always happy to have botanicals and greenery, and there are some really cute animal designs too. So pretty, and I'll put them to good use in my collages. Things moved by so quickly at the start of this video, that'll show me to go around editing willy-nilly. I'd meant to ask if you guys are seeing signs of spring yet, because it's surprisingly warm and sunny this morning of... what is today? Goodness, it's February 10th already. One of the pieces included was an ad from a 1949 issue of National Geographic for the Parker 51 fountain pen. It's so cool. I hadn't heard of it, but I went snooping, and it seems to have been a very popular style. It has a hooded nib, and although I can't tell for sure, I'm going to assume it is the aerometric model rather than the vacuumatic. No reason, really, except that I like saying aerometric. For now, I'm storing my 10 fountain pens in a little drawer. It's actually from an old jewelry box. I took it apart thinking I'd repurpose the thing to store my fountain pens, but it's mostly wood and there's not much usable interior space. So I've changed my mind about that. However, now I'm stuck with a tray and drawer with their dividers ripped out. For now, I'm using the drawer. It's not ideal, and eventually I want to invest in some other form of storage. There are a lot of options out there. Boxes, cases, bags, wraps, sleeves, and even something called a koozie. A quick word about the nail polish I'm wearing. It's one from the Naughty Nudes line from Sinful Colors. It's called Come Closer. Now, this is the Jinhao 992 fountain pen with a fine nib, and the ink is Diamine's Ancient Copper. This Tomoe River paper is smooth, but not slick. It's also very lightweight. I like that on a few of the sheets I can see the Tomoe River logo. It's legit. Fountain pen friendly paper is a whole thing in itself, and although I've done some research, I'm not knowledgeable enough to give a review, so you're getting my impressions mostly. I've been writing on a variety of papers, including Apica's CD notebook, the regular one, not the premium one, a Clairefontaine basic notebook, a Pen Plus Gear notebook, the kind you get at Walmart. I think it was $1. A spiral-bound Dollar Tree notebook, hot-pressed watercolor paper, and Hello Kitty stationery. And there were only a couple of instances where the combination of pen, ink, and paper was noticeably bad. And I can't even recall what they were. It was that untraumatic, I guess. I added a little bit of water with a wet brush for testing purposes. I don't plan on sketching in this notebook, but figured I should put it through its paces anyway.
Juste une faille dans mon cœur attend pour la peinture au mur et les bandes en cul nu. Juste une faille dans bleu battant. Le stress est accru par l'envie vécu. Une feuille tombante, anxiété latente. Pas envie de recommencer ce qu'on foire et les parents, c'est bon, je l'ai vu cru, ça fait aïe, aïe. Moi, de toute façon, j'ai besoin de flow et dessus du temps. J'ai besoin d'être sûr que t'es la bonne pour me faire oublier toutes mes peurs et failles.
So I went ahead and went over the letters multiple times, emphasizing the line work as a sort of stress test. And I was pleased with how well the paper held up. The other morning, I had to go to the Department of Licensing. Boo! Not least of all because I had to actually groom myself. After the past couple of years, I'd gotten used to not having to check for chin hairs. Following the online instructions, I made an appointment, and since it wasn't my first time at the DOL, I still mentally prepared myself for a 45 to 90-minute wait while shifting around on a hard chair and avoiding eye contact. But it ended up being the quickest visit ever. I mean, they had me in and out in 10 minutes. I was back at home watching ArtTube after less than an hour outside the house. Plus, I got to feel good about getting something done. So, as a reward, I did absolutely nothing for the rest of the day. Thanks to Sarah Bailey, I was able to share this happy mail session with you. Until next time, remember, spring is coming. In fact, the backyard squirrels are downright frisky today. And stay artsy, my friends.